Welcome everybody. This is Evelyn. I have two reads for you today. I have my 4-deck read with the Journey of Love, Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and Shaman Dreams, and then the 7-deck Twin Flame read that you see before you on the table. I'm going to get right into it. We're going to roll the die. We do oracle cards at the end as well. Today is the 29th of October 2022, so I want to put a big shout out there for my son Matthew today. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Matthew. I love you so much. And let's go ahead and start first with our 3 deep breaths. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to you guys. I hope you're all doing well. It's a beautiful sunny day here today. So let's get right into this. I'm going to roll the die. The first read is a big one. So be prepared for a lot of information. For the Twin Flames, October 29th, 2022. So it's the 29 is the 3 of Wands. Being present in the moment, to your gifts perhaps. And the day adds up to today is 45, which is the 5 of Cups, which is the grieving or purging card. I am going to Ava's service today, so there is that energy there. So let's go ahead and roll the die. Here we go. All right, we have the Sun, which is also Leo. We have the sign for Cancer, which is also the 69 energy of the Ace of Pentacles, which is new beginnings. We have the 11 of alignment, truth and balance, also Libra energy. So Libra, Cancer, and Leo. Leo is fixed, Cancer is cardinal, and so is Libra. The children, the home and family, and justice, truth and balance. And of course that Venusian energy of Venus coming through, but the Sun mostly here, which is all about the child. And I'm getting 0 point field as well. Okay. So here we go. Here is the 4-deck read. Let's see if I... Okay, so here's the 4-deck read. Let me put the light away a little bit. Okay. All right, so we have Journey of Love at the top, then Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and Shaman Dreams. For those of you not familiar, we have the underlying energies over here. 3 cards for each deck, the way they naturally came out. And then there's always a pile at the end that I'm supposed to count numerologically. And also I use the cards in those piles as well to give you messages. All right, so bringing it up closer just so you can see the pictures a little bit better. Journey of Love at the top. Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and then the bottom is Shaman Dreams. Okay. Okay. So this read was done at 12:18 to 19 yesterday. The 12 is the Hanging Man. 18 to 19 is the Sun and the Moon and the Sun. And the Journey of Love was done at 18 to 19. Metatron, by the way, we started this video, it was actually 12:21. And Metatron deck was at 12:21 here too. The Nature's Whispers was 12:22, and Shaman Dreams was 12:23 to 24. Which the 22 is the Fool, the 23 and 24 the King and Queen of Wands in the Shaman deck there. The numbers that came out for the piles, the Journey of Love was 16, Metatron was 7, Nature's Whispers and Shaman Dreams were both 2 cards at the end. And the number came out 16722, which I looked up in Gematria, so I'm going to give you that information as well. Metatron was also 3-4 going into the 7, so we very much have that energy. 34 is the 8 of Wands, the energetic exchange, arrows of love. And the reverse of that is 43, also coming up with the 3 of Cups coming together. 43 is also my son's soul number, and it's his birthday today. And yeah, 722 is looking at me right now as well, and 422. So what came up with 16722 is ECFR 40, CFR 62.16722, which is monitoring of operations. Device temperature calibrations came up under that. 16722 is also, this was funny, the fifth wheel hitch plate, and the fifth wheel came up in the read. I think that was my last read. The fifth wheel hitch plate, as well as general liability code lookup with rental stores. That was GL code 16722. Also flagship 16722, the countryside resort. That's Kutak at Dadha. And also an address came up, and it looks like it was a farmhouse, a really nice house on a farm. It was 16722 88th Street, which is why I had to bring it up to you. East Sumner, Washington, 98390, which was just, I guess it was recently sold at $855,000. It was outside Tacoma. And then the Gematria, the first entry for 16722, which I didn't know if there would be one showing up because it's a really big number, but there was a couple. Ezekiel, 32 verses, and then all the numbers were written out. Like 3 to 9 was written THREETONINE, Ezekiel. All right, so 3 to 9 Ezekiel, and then 32 verses. Times 3, so that was written 3 times. 32, the same thing. 3 to 9 Ezekiel, 32 verses was written 3 times, and then 3 to 9 again with California mega tsunamis, time running out soon, CA, obviously referencing California. The second entry was everybody knows World War II. Everybody knows World War II was caused by the It said Jesus, West Germany, for what they did to, it's TONO, germs, many, okay, to know germs, many, in 1918 and 1919. The third entry was all numbers. It was 20, 14, 14, 666, 14, 19, 14, 20, 666, 19, 14, 20, 20, 6666, 20, 20, 20, 66, 20, 20, 6, 19, 14, 20, 26. And there that 26 number is coming up as well, which is the Page of Wands, that lion's heart energy in the 26,000 years. 2286 also came up, first entry is God's code page, along with 864, 888. The second entry was Decode Lord God, 864, along with 286, 666, and 111. And the number of hits it got was 199.18. The third entry was Meaning Lord. The fourth was Decode Lord God. The fifth was Decoding God's ID. The sixth entry was Tree of Life, was significant here. And the numbers were 606 and 101, besides the 286. 864 also was significant, coming up with the first entry as Search DEC, short for December, SAG, SAG, Zodiac. The second entry was Here's Ray's Info. And then the third entry was, oh, by the way, after the Tree of Life, the ninth entry was Ides of March with that 286 as well. So the Tree of Life and Ides of March came up with the same numbers. Okay, so it was very significant because the Ides of March just came up in my last read. The third entry for 864 was Kosija, December God, Koceja. The fourth entry was Oliver. The fifth entry was Volcano. The sixth was 864 written out. The seventh was a Yeshua Hamashiach, Hamashiach. The eighth entry was God's zodiac sign. The ninth was James Harden. The 10th entry was Sagittarius Archer. And then the number 888, the first entry for that was look at zodiacs 720, 864, 888, and 972. So of course I did. But the second entry for 888 is MYKHYN. The third entry is look at zodiacs. The fourth was the Holy Son of God. The fifth was MYK again with the 0 with the slash through it, and then HYN. The sixth entry is Veronica. 7 is Lord Christ Math Algorithm. The eighth was Absolutely, and the ninth was Lord Christ the Second Coming. So MYKHYN is a code to decode. That's literally what it means. Or Mem Yod, the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Kof He Yod Nun. 720 was Ray of a Light Beam. And the fifth was Read Calculator Codes. And the Age of Aquarius came up here. Also, one of the entries for 720 was Q7-7 space 4U. And 7, 4 were actually written in numbers, which is my sweet spot there, right? 4 to 7, the heart to the crown. And Q also, which represents the masculine and feminine, and the quantum leap. So Q7 space 4 space U. And then the name Luz came up, which is my neighbor, which I brought up, I think, the other day. And then LV also came up under that, 720. Under 972 came up 44, so literally the number 44 and written out. And born Tuesday, this is prophecy. Heaven God codes, December 7th, 1976. So what were you doing? December 7th, 1976, which that was my 9th grade year. I believe I remember something about 12/7. That might actually be somebody's birthday that I was dealing with at that time. 702 came up with Ray is Karma, Can't Deny It, Japan, Ava, whose service I'm going to today. That for those of you who don't know, my great niece passed away recently, so we're going to her service today. Her name was Ava. 702 is also by Decisions, Number One Goddess, Nero Claudius, Tony Blair, the creator's son, The First Horseman, and then Golden Years, 4 Seasons, Multiple Orgasm, and Miss Piggy also came up under 702. So, and that was all at 111. So the underlying energy starting my read at 113 was the 56 of the Two of Swords with the Dance of the Planets, the 26, which is that Page of Wands of pink, and we're actually wearing pink to the service today. 3 is the celebration of differences. 4 is cat ER pillar, so caterpillar, but written out that way. The 4 horsemen and the 4 queens was coming up for me, along with the H of the horsemen and the Q of the queens, which is HQ, or headquarters. Head comes up as the number 18, and quarters comes up as the number 38, and this is in numerology, not gematria. So just adding the numbers, which is the base number of each letter. Head is 18, quarters is 38, which is the Queen of Cups. 18 is the purple moon. And the 2 together add up to 56, which we started this read out with. 56, the Two of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear or to yourself. So what was very interesting here was the 44 was coming up with the 4 horsemen and the 4 queens. And the 44 was coming up with that, and then the 17, which are both 8s, 44/8, 17/8, they both reduce to 8. And then the quarter was coming up as 25, which is a quarter times 4, which equals 100%. The 44 being that 4 of cups of boredom and apathy, but also grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love. It's time to integrate, not boredom, right? There's a reason to be bored, and that's to ground and integrate the information that's come in. And then the 17, which of course is the star of healing and dreams. and the stars. So what was coming up is that because the horsemen were coming up with the queens, they're coming up as the knights to the queens. Okay, the knights coming in for the queens. And it was coming up as the chakra system. So the Knight of Pentacles was coming up as the root, the Knight of Wands was coming up as the sacral, Knight of Swords was coming up as the solar plexus, and then the Knight of Cups in the heart, who then meets the Queen of Cups in the heart, up to the throat chakra of the Queen of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Swords is the throat chakra, and then the Queen of Wands is the crown and the third eye. She's literally the third eye wearing her crown, the Queen of Wands. And again, the Omega, which is Om and Ego, which is the feminine ego, right? So it's very much the Queen of Wands in the third eye wearing the crown, which any wearing of a crown is ego, right? But we can reference the opening of the crown there as well. And then the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Cups is in the heart. It's the womb heart, where the Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups meet. So very interesting, because this will change later in the read, as it doesn't change, but actually is added to with the kings at play. So HQ also came up in Gematria as Helen, so that name may be significant. The number 2 entry was chicken, along with the numbers 78 and 26444. Hidden PDF and memes were coming up as well. 44Q and 972Q, I was looking them up. Also, the first card coming out here is the card to me that looks like Linda and Paul McCartney. Linda and by the way, Lynn, for those of you who know Lynn, she actually said her real name is Linda, but she doesn't like Linda, so she uses Lynn. So that was also coming up here. Linda and Paul knowing and leading the way. The Page of Wands, the life bulb energy of the womb, the Magdalene shell. The scalloped shell is a Magdalene dessert in France. But it's referencing the Magdalene shell of phased array coming out of the womb to meet the sun's phased arrays. The Page of Wands life bulb, Magdalene phased array womb, lights the fire to spiral up, or in other words, pink up, to bring the color to your cheeks. To the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups in the heart, birthing a new way. Celebrating differences of the horse unicorn and the dolphin, of land and sea, of the wings and horn, where their fin and horn are radars, and the flippers and fin of the dolphin. The tail's a wagon in the abundance of creation, the 3, the spiral and the rolling stone, and the 4 of the winding road, the spine, the curvature, and the discs of opening, unraveling like an accordion, the domino effect, collapsing of the vertebrae, all information into one timeline, the sword, the finger, the word, the origin, the singularity. The color magenta and bubblegum pink were coming up today, which literally can translate into pixie pink. So magenta pixie, which numerologically are coming up as magentas 25, pixies 36, and word of the 9. And 25 and 36 equals 61, which is the risk card, but it's also the year I was born, but it's significant for the whale in one of the decks, so that was coming up for me there. And it was so funny because the caterpillar was coming right after that, and for those of you who watch Magenta Pixie, you know that her husband calls himself Cat's Magic. So the cat ER pillar was coming up there as Cat's Magic, and he spells that CATZMAGIC, which is adding up to 38, which is the Queen of Cups. So the 61 and the 38 of the Queen of Cups coming up there. Also, the 61 is in Journey of Love, I think, is the taking a risk to love. The 38 of the Queen of Cups, which is coming up as the feminine energy for the masculine. So 56 equals headquarters, 18 and 38. Or the 7 of the Page of Wands, which is the number 26, but the Chariot coming up there. Oh, actually, Cats came up as 7, and Magic, I was spelling it a different way. It was coming up as Cat's Magic, CATSMAGICK. We're adding up to 7 and 26, which equal 33. So maybe that's significant for somebody out there. But headquarters is 56, and then the Page of Wands, which is 26, the Page of Wands, and the 30 of the house and home. Notice that 26 and 30 equal 56. The Lion's heart in the union, the house, the heart, the home, with the Emperor and the Empress, or the Empress and the Emperor, or stone and sword, tone and word, one and origin, and then reduces finally to any path. At 150, which is the Magician and the family, the Ten of Cups, the underlying energy here was the 52 of the Queen of Swords, which is the Woman of Light, and the 37 of the Christ light, fire and ice. But 37 is also the King of Cups, which is unconditional love. The 52 Woman of Light, which realize the 52, half of that is the 26 of that Page of Wands. And how significant the 51-52 number is, with the 26 being the 52 degrees and all the other references to 51 and 52. The 37 of the Christ light, fire and ice. The 63 of the light field, that's rough at the top, right? When there's a lot of rough energies coming at you in the middle of the bridge, completely exposed, as opposed to safe inside the vortex. The 24 of the Queen of Wands, and the space between the words, the swords, the origins, paths, an unanimated omega, which here again comes up the om and the ego, which is the feminine ego, and the om, which is the home. The heart home and the ego is coming up as the crown on top of the Queen of Wands' third eye head. The divine feminine ego and crowning, being proud. And then the 48 of the Eight of Cups, of walking away and within, the man of the earth, the woman of the sky, within the vortex, laying down their hair, and their hair was coming up, reducing to air and then air, so H-E-I-R and A-I, air, or breathe, which is funny because I've been collecting Teddy's hair recently because he loses so much hair around the house. I figure we may as well make a little pillow out of it. So then air and air reducing to E-I-R, which is copper, or verdigris, or the patina that it makes, that bluish green color, the green of Greece, the patina, which also EIR means goes around, will come, or to drive, trample, approach, to go, and coin, which coin is another way of spelling Kohan, which Han has many meanings, but one of them is the Happiness Hotel. The copper patina goes around the coin, or the Kohan. 2 happiness hotels, or perhaps 2 together going into the happiness hotel. EIR and IR can reference a copper roof, to go. IR is the same definition as EIR, except it adds water, to be, exist. You, hers, to go with the flow, to leak out, overflow, finish, fart, to wet soil, or to come. Raw, unprocessed, fresh, succulent, he, she, it, to get away to heaven. 70, well, he, she, it, so raw, fresh, and succulent. So the energy is about a getaway to heaven. The 70 of the projection card onto everyone, like in the movie The Green Mile, where he's watching the movie at the end and you see the projector light coming out, and just Ginger and Fred Astaire dancing. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. So the projection onto everyone, like I see in the cloud people when I tell you all about the things I'm seeing in the clouds as my voice is going. The 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, coming together in the heart, the 66 of the Golden Gate, the GG, and the spiraling. In the knowing, the quiet, the music of the spheres, the dance of the planets, and also it's getting with the copper coming up to coat the hair in copper. As I was also getting, collecting my dog's hair around the house. So something about coating hair with copper, or perhaps in doing your copper crystals, adding hair in there as well for the DNA. There may be a message there, so you might want to feel into that. At 2:11 to 12, 2 with the 2 of Swords, planets dancing on an ellipse. After coming together, so it's like a planet circling around, after coming together at the Golden Gate to spiral together, the heart direct connection. And I'm just now getting the energy, right, of the silver man gate and then the golden gate of God. And you can look in Ascension Glossary for that kind of stuff too, if you want more information about that. The Queen of Pentacles, 66. The Queen of Swords is 52. The Queen of Cups is 38. And the Queen of Wands is 24. So again, this time the Queen of Pentacles was coming up in the heart as 66, the Golden Gate, direct to Source. The Queen of Swords was coming up as the throat. The Queen of Cups as the third eye. And the Queen of Wands as the crown. The Golden Gate reflecting, and then the TV third eye 8, which is coming up to 38 of the Queen of Cups. And the 2 and 4, remember, are the spaces between, and then the 1,000 suns of the crowning glory of the Omega, getting to the top in the 7th chakra. But the kings were coming up now as the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles meeting in the heart here. And follow me, not the knights here, but the kings. That the King of Pentacles is in the heart, the King of Swords in the solar plexus, the King of Cups in the sacral as the emotional, right? The emotional sexuality. And then the root chakra is coming up as the Knight of Wands, which actually comes up as one of the cards, the shaman. So the Queen of Pentacles starts in the heart in this version, where the Queen of Swords is the throat, the Queen of Cups is the third eye, and the Queen of Wands is the crown. Where 38 and 39, the Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups in the first example, were in the heart, also equal that 77 of sovereignty and coming together in the heart. So this is coming up as the 3D example, where we start with the King of Pentacles and the shaman root, as opposed to the knights coming for the queens in the 5D. So the Queen of Cups, the third eye, and the Knight of Cups in the sacral meet in the heart after the throat. Okay, this was very important for the masculine and the feminine problems, okay? The old way was that the throat chakra is the masculine, right, unheard, and the solar plexus is the divine feminine, unseen. So the Queen of Cups in the third eye, in this example, the 3D example, comes together with the Knight of Cups, or the King of Cups rather, and the sacral to meet in between in the heart, after the throat was unsaid for the masculine and the solar plexus was unseen for the feminine. Achieving sovereignty with the King and Queen of Pentacles, 77 first in the 3D, before coming to that first example, to start with the King and Queen, but then the Knights come in to reorder everything, as the King of Pentacles starts in Spirit's connecting with me, and that references the 4 Knights as well. As the King of Pentacles starts as the Knight of Pentacles at the root, to the sacral shaman and the solar messenger of truth, shining the light as opposed to words. The no need to use your words in mouth, right? Because that usually just gets us into trouble. She was unseen, he was unheard. The King and Queen do go back to the green, or the heart, to raise the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups to the nth degree. As the Queen of Hearts says, off with their head, quartered times 2 down to size, the Knight of Cups instead. And then instead breaks down to INST, head, so in the path of the head, which EAD also comes up as happiness and prosperity, or in the street of the happiness hotel. And then happiness and hotel came up, to save and protect, to take away or kidnap or free oneself, with the father-in-law, or like father-in-law, to save, protect, and kidnap, to free oneself, at 238, which is the High Priestess or Divine Feminine, or the 2 and the 38 of the Queen of Cups. The 10 of 3 to 1, where the 2 is written out TO, again the space between as 2, 3 to 1 jump after the dance in high vibe vortex, ready to leap. The 56 plus 10 equals 66, again the Golden Gate of the Queen of Pentacles. The 58 of the 4 of Swords, the beauty within, the 5D connection, the beauty rest connection. The 28 of the Twin Flame Sacred Convergence at 911 Memorial, the ice pop stage, where it's like an ice pop in white, coming up out of the 9/11 memorial with a projection of the Pleiadians in a musical performance of the spheres. The music spheres. The music fears. The sick hears. And the way they came up, I'll tell you all of the meanings. So the music of the spheres, of course, you've heard that before. But then music fears is coming up as us, as the inner children, and our fears. Music also means 2 and 3. So there's that 2 and 3 coming up where 1 is then source. But music also means water, leaf, dude, guy, buddy, blood, sadness, new, scar, we, our, and owl. So it then reduces to, and we're starting with music and spheres, then reduced to IC of the inner child and ERES, which is the era, the eagle, the ear, veined, or they, and hearsay, you are. And then reduces to the C and the RES, which is the herd, the flock, nothing, the small of the back, or the affair or story, or his story, the event, the circumstance or deed, the liver, guts, or the scales of the fish. So the way this comes up in the end is this music spheres, us, the inner children, 2 and 3, blood and water, scar and owl, leaf and buddy, feared with fears. And again, that references the little girl in the leaf that I showed you the other day, floating down the Borealis River. Leaf and buddy with fears. Sick hair, or air rather, or Sophia's inner child, heiress. The inner child eagle with hearsay, and that can come up as heresy as well. The inner child that you are. See story of the liver, the guts, and the scales, and liver holds anger. The guts and the scales that weigh things, and it's also the fish of Jesus. The whispering bench of the flock and the herd, and the resonance between them. To the ES, which is the final 2 letters of one word, which ES is the egg cracked open, or the blockhead in Sophia, or one equal and congruent to the sine wave, 2 whispering benches reflecting each other. ES, which also happens to be my initials, but it's also the way you say S as in Sophia. The death at 3 o'clock on the dot here, 00 backing up the 3 of the Empress, of abundance, of Mother Earth, Terra, Gaia. The 16 of the 16 cards that then came up as the Tower in 2, 8, and 6. She's the moon, the 21 of the 2 and the 1, and the 47 of the soft. The 21 and the 47 of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, 2 and 1 of the feminine and the masculine, and the 4, 2, 7, the heart to the crown, and what's between. What's between the heart and the crown is the throat and the third eye, to soften the pearl. The 8 of the mother praise, the 15. So there were 8 cards first. The mother praise was 15, and the 29 of the spiral dance of the goddess, the shadow gifts, the presence, and the 26 of the page of wands, the guardian of the soul family, the mother and child here. Right after referencing the death of Jesus at 3 p.m. So again, this was the 28th, which is the choice of path, or the twin flame path, and the 10 of that high vibe, and the 2022, which is the 20 of the wake-up call, and the 22 to the fool's journey with an open heart and a leap of faith. So it's 304 now, which is the Empress and the Emperor with space between, where the mother prays for a child to hold in their arms, and the 2 of within nothing there is everything, and the 31 of the Christ flame of shame in the chaos of life and death, and the command dance around this walk of shame, or the communal dance around this walk of shame, to change things as freedom rings. And I'm getting that reference of coming around at the 9/11 memorial. The 54 of the page of swords, which is that universal Mercury, but in this card it's the earth angel. And EA comes up here as well. The universal Mercury as the ether through the vapor, or the Eden, or the breath, then divided into the masculine and the feminine. The breath is the vapor of the ether, and the breaking, or breaking, or breaking of the elements So we go from the masculine and feminine, then break down into the 4 elements in which they express themselves to reorder. And there's where we reorder the energies of the chakra system. So BREA comes up as pitch or tar, and then avatar. The avatar comes up as Ava and tar means throne. Today's the throne of Ava as well, so it's a little plug for my sweet little great niece. So the bray equals pitch, bred, to abuse, mistreat, mock or dip in tar, or beat up. To melt or to buy. It also can mean fine or excellent, right? To make things what we deem as appropriate, right? The best of everything, or something that's excellent. But that's their perception or their perspective. And is that necessary in all of this? The BREA of the city in Orange County, or perhaps many hamlets in another area. The throned king. He didn't choose it himself. He was put there. Abused. Tarred king. Bought off. Paid for. Or considered a fine, excellent king. The bred king. Or breeding. The King of Pentacles smashing in the vortex. She is arched or arced, and he is hunched over like the hunchback of Notre Dame into her. And Notre Dame came up recently. So they're smashing together where she's arched and he's domed, coming together to smash together in the smashing of the twin particles until they break, which is surrender or fall in love. The dance of surrender of 2. The 6 cards then of the 12 of self-initiation into the 17 of her grace, going through it and then extending a hand to distant shores. And then Ricardo Lake was coming up again, and there was jokes about the Ricardo in Puerto Rico who stepped down, about Ricardo Leakey regarding that whole situation. But Ricardo Lake was coming up here. And then the numbers 17 to 18, which can reference brother and sister, the star and the moon. And then 4 moons coming up here. Well, remember I said moon is the MO of the human Mary Magdalene and the ON of the human Jesus. The 4 Mary Magdalene and the 4 Jesuses of the 44 again, and the lunar eclipse on November 8th equals 47. The 4 to 7, heart to crown, the hanging man star through her grace. So 12 is hanging man, 17 is the star. Through her grace reaches 0 point through multiple dimensions. So here again is that flipping through of the dimensions, like the accordion or the domino effect. Dimension is diamonds or 2 humans. Di-mens is humans, not just men. So diamonds or 2 humans connection, or the reference to the Merkaba, where the moon of the MO and the ON of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, both human side of them, not their Christed side, the human Jesus of 144 moving to the 1-8, which remember 1 is the colon, because it's 2 dots with an arc between. Colon 44 is the 44 minutes. For the Mary Magdalene, which by the way, for M is also a 13, which is the 4. So MM is coming up as the 44 for Jesus, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Jesus reduces to 11. Right, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, yep, to 11. So we have 44 and 11 for Mary Magdalene and Jesus, which they're referencing very strongly here because my soul number is 11, my life lesson number is 44, which as an example of what they're referencing. 2:8. And remember, 8, there's no such thing because there's no such thing as 80 minutes. So 8 is the dance out of this world, out of time to an infinitum. Or 4 moons of, I was getting from the 18, which was my birthday. So the October new moon, the November, December. So October, November, December to January 4th is the 4th moon here, which Magenta also said would be the end of the energies right now. So all of that coming together. So 4 moons ending around January 4th, going from 144 to 18, so raising that frequency. the keys here of 4 to 7 and the 4 to 3. So I gone back to my numbers of 144 also represents 1 through 9, where 1 is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 4 numbers, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 is the 4 numbers. That's the 144, and I'll show you the breakdown of that in a second. But when you have the 4 to 4, the keys in each 4 group is 3 and 7. So the 4 to 3 and the 4 to 7 here is referencing the 144, where the second 4 group, the key is 7, 4 to 7. But the first 4 group, which is the lower energy vibration, or the 3D, goes down from 4 to 3. The heart to crown and the heart to the solar plexus connection. For the 3 to 4 reference now is referencing the connection between the solar plexus and the heart coming together. An energetic exchange connection of love and light, okay? The solar plexus and the heart. Heart, love, solar plexus, light. That's the 34 connection, okay? So the 38 is the Queen of Cups, the pearl threaded from flower to flower, coming up as the calla lily, the flower power of 2 humans connecting on the whispering bench, aligning, which remember line, there's no such thing, it's 2 dots in an arc, aligning, which is the quantum leap, and then connecting with other lilies. And lily comes up as this Morse code was coming up for lily and the different ways it can be. All right, so that was coming up for lily. See all the dot references there as I talk about them. So the dot references are just the dots of L-I-L-Y. But Y can just be 1 dot as a 0 point field, or it can be the 3 dots, or even 4 dots of the dot in the middle, which is the sun, right? So this is the reference to 3 dots with a dot in the middle, the 0 point field, the singularity. So this is also referencing 2 dots, and the I is 2 dots, remember? So if you have the lowercase I with a dot above, there's 3 dots there. So this comes up to the spiral again, because the first reference is 2, 3, 2, 1 dots, where 1 is 3, 2, 1 jump, and then the other one is 3, 2, 3, 4. So again, all spiraling in the jump, the leap to the crown, the 3, 2, 3, 4, or 3 T0 or O, 3 to 4. So referencing the 3 to the 3-4 connection, which is the solar plexus heart, and fall back to the heart again. So it's the leaping to the crown and then the falling back into the heart. So remember that. The 1, 2, 3 jump is the leap to the crown, the 4 to 7, and then falling back into the heart is the 4 to 3. How beautiful is that? So the 24 is the third eye with she's wearing her crown. It is her crown to protect her third eye in the space between. The 57 is the 3 of swords, or the lovers healing together. Love, ruby, and sapphire was coming up here, as the ruby is rub 0 point, like rubbing the genie in a bottle, right? And the sapphires say fire. That love means never having to say you're sorry, because I'm sorry is a negative energy connotation. My intent was never to hurt you is something better to say. My intentions will continue to be more and more pure. The 44 of the rings of time, as time goes on, I realize how much you mean to me. But saying how much you mean to me can reference that you're being mean to me, how much I cherish you. Out of the old 44 and out with the old 44s and the old 45s. At 3, and that 45 I remember from junior high school was Where Are You Going, Billy? I loved that song. So we're out with the old 44s and out with the old 45s. At 353 is the Empress and Abundance, and the 3 of the Rolling Stone, and the 53 of the Knight of Swords. And I was just getting, well, why don't you bring up the Beatles all the time? Why aren't you bringing up the Rolling Stones more often? I mean, we are the star of the show here, aren't we? I was just getting that. That's really funny. So 3 and the 53 of the Knight of Swords. With the crazy 8s, who are not black balled, but blue balled, a very dark blue. So here, remember, leap to crown and fall back into the heart as the 4 to 7 and the 4 to 3. Then ruby and sapphire is the rubbing of the Y, the 0 point, or like the genie in the bottle, and the say fire of sapphire, of rub 0 point and say fire, like go. So then I started drawing to understand the messages they were bringing through, and it brought through the triquetra, but in the Vesica Pisces. So just the 2 circles showing, but you show the triquetra, but you don't show the 3rd circle. That's source. You don't see, right? Now you see me, now you don't. So it's coming up as, and I'll get into it more, but the picture here, right, of here is coming up as the old 45s, the circle of a 45 album, you know, that were little, and then the energy of the triquetra in the middle, or here, and that can reference a spaceship there too. And you see the circles written in there because there's 6, there's 3 in the middle, because my 6-9 pod is the pods. So there's 2 circles, 2 circles, 2 circles, which references the 6, all right, as I get into this. So the next card here in the underlying energies was at 353, the 14 of boundaries, which is the 1-4, which is 2 dots, or :4, which can reference 40 minutes, which is the Page of Cups, that innocent, pure love, of the 0 of source energy backing up the 4 of survival in this world, which is very much referencing my sweet little great niece, you know, who really struggled to live the past months, and she was born in July. The keys of the 3 and the 7, and the rolling stone of the 3, which is the 3 to the W to the E to the M, and the 7 of the key. They're both keys here, the rolling stone and the key, which is the sword. The rolling stone and the gamma ray sword. Okay. So I'm going to show you here too is what I'd written that down too about the numbers. So this is number 1, this is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, where 3 and 4 are the keys of this number 144 of the 4 numbers. So you see 144 above it. I actually wrote that up top here. I was just scribbling, so it's kind of messy. Okay, so you see that right here. 144, and 3 is the key, and 7 is the key. 6, 8, 9 is the pod, and then 2, 4, 5 also comes up as more of the box. And so then as I drew it, it was coming up as the nose and the nostrils. So you see this little face I drew here too. Okay, so, and you can take that out. But you see how the nose and the nostrils goes into the 2 circles and then the pods. And I was bringing up some more energies down here. So here again, there was a lot of different, so any of those pictures trigger something in you, let me know in the comments below. But the 2 and the 5 coming together, because we have 2, 5, and 44, which are both quarters, right? Quarter and quarter, quarter. Where the quarter is coming up as 45s, the old 45s, the 2, 5 is here, 2 and 5. Okay, so that's the 2, 5 and the quarter, quarter. So 2 references, one-on-one partnerships, and 6 represents the family. 45 represents the purge, but 89 represents the reflection. So again, the lower energies of 4 of survival is the 2, 3, 4, 5 group, where 2 45s, and the key is 3, going from the 4 to the 3, the connection of the heart and the solar plexus, referencing the 2 partnership and the 45 purge, whereas the exalted energy of the 6, 7, 8, 9 is the 6 of the family in the pod of the 2. And the 89, which is reflection, it's the phi energy of expanding and contracting or staying in the middle. Reflecting is that higher vibration. The 40 minutes referencing the right angle to leap outside the 25, but the inside of the 8. The 4 moon, the 25 is coming up as the lower vibration, whereas the 8 is coming up as that higher vibration, right, of the 8 of the dreaming and manifesting dreams. The 4 moons of the 4 of the Mary Magdalene, the 4 of Jesus, and then the outer pod and the inner pod. The 2 surviving the leap to dance and dream in the lower vibrations, and then the old 45s and black-eyed peas come up in the upper vibrations of letting them go. And then again, that energy of the crazy 8 dance, which the square is that energy of the 4, right, with the 4 balls inside the box. And if you turn the box a quarter, it just becomes the same box. But if you turn the box an eighth, it becomes the diamond. So again, the survival is also equating to addition, whereas dream is exponential, right? It's like multiplying something as opposed to adding something. So 2 nostrils and the 3rd eye of 2 and 3 with that source connection of 1, which is 2 dots, connecting yourself directly to source, to breathe in the ether vapor and see. Hold your breath helps open your chakra system. I is what they're saying here. Remember when you breathe that you're breathing in the ether vapor that you came into this world to be and see. But hold the breath to allow it to kind of resonate within to every cell of your body and help you open up your chakra system and your 3rd eye even more. The 25, and again, if you're not able to do this because you have breathing issues, do it according to what your doctor tells you to do, not what I'm saying. The 25 of passion of the Knight of Wands ignites the fire. It's like the lighter that lights the fire, but the 16 here is the sudden event of the gold to light up to the Ancient One from the heart, which is he, art, the Knight of Wands in a sudden event. And right there, pink came up as well. So the lion's heart to the sweetheart, right? The fire and the sweet. The 40 and the 40 is the Page of Cups, and then the 26 is the Page of Wands. The 40 comes up here as the evolution and birthing the new in the sweetheart. And right as I'm talking about the 40, my daughter called me from the backyard to tell me there were 4 blue jays back there. At 456, the 4 of the Emperor and the 56 of the 2 of Swords. And 451 came up there too, which is the King of Swords, the Emperor, and the 2 of Swords. Being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear. And then the 21 card of the indigo connecting to the star. Remember, the 21 is the world, but it also references Pisces energy and the 2 and the 1 of the feminine and the masculine. And the feminine is made up of the masculine, but also outside of themselves as well. From red to gold, to the Page of Cups sweetheart, and the indigo star, or Sirius coming up. And you notice Sirius was very bright in the sky last night or the night before. Or Vesica Pisces of 2 hearts, the Knight and the Page of Scorpios and Pisces. And we're in Scorpio, and we were just referencing Pisces because it's the end of the zodiac, but also the Vesica Pisces. The 37 of the King of Cups, needing to detach from drama and look up. At 26, the Page of Wands, pink of self-love and nurture, which can also reference the life bulb of the womb, whereas the Page of Cups represents the heart, the sweetheart. The Page of Wands, pink life bulb. The Page of Cups and the King of Cups, Pisces, coming up here, and the sweethearts. And then the Knight of Wands, Scorpio. The Page of Wands, Lion's Heart, or Pisces, Scar, and Fire connections. So I'm going to pull this back too so you can see all my scratch to see if it means anything to you too. I mean, I was just writing some of it very randomly, so. And again, the P was coming up as one of the definitions here, which is why the P pod was very significant. PHIS. So the phi's, PHI, multiple, was coming up as peas or fish or dirty. And also accelerator was coming up with 89. Steel accelerators. Hand and fingers. I'm reading, it's not George, but it looks like George now. Bond or band. So band was coming up, but I'm getting bond now and George. Steel accelerator and pores. Standard and pores was coming up. Garage doors also came up right there. So remember, the two keys are 3 and 7 from the two groups of 2 45s and 6, 8, 9, which when you put 6 and 9 together, it makes the 8 in the middle, which is the pod. So at 505, which is 2 hierophants or 2 energies with space between, where the 5 is in the middle of freedom, change, and expansion, but also can be very difficult if you stay in that energy. That's the energy of chaos, is the 26 of the Page of Wands, of the pink, to set yourself free in self-love. 2 crystal roots or roofs together, like 2 crystal homes coming together, 2 houses coming together, like the Montagues and the Capulets. The 13, or the transition between the homes to breathe. Fire, Scorpio, and Pisces, 33 fish. As we're in Scorpio, and again referencing the Christ energy of Pisces in that time period. The dimensional gateway of number 33/6 with an invitation to the 4D dance of leadership with flame in hand and 3 keys in the other. Or in other words, 3 sevens, which 7 is the key, and there's 3 of them. The rolling stone. 3-7 of unconditional love, the King of Cups, with the baby pink and the baby blue and gold all over, all lit up. 7 cards with the 3 and the 4, with the number 12 card first, the Akashic Records, which opens a book. So I was guided to open a book on the road less traveled. So I went to, and I have a book that's the road less traveled in a 3D way, but they were actually guiding me to Elena's book, which I'll give her a plug here. So again, and just because I think Elaine is wonderful, but I'm not sure about the Enki thing, so again, use your own discernment about everything, even if you like someone and you resonate with a lot of what they say. So here's her book. I was guided to go in there. The cards were very much showing me the space and the road less traveled, but in a higher sense, in the spatial sense there. So I opened up the book. First, we had the cards of orange to gold, which is the family, is the Tree of Life card, from orange to gold with orange wings to gold wings, which orange is the orangutan, which is the ego, and the gold being the ancient one or God. The ego to the I am, the forest man to the ancient one, the Tree of Life. So I opened the book. Elena's according to the picture, so I opened to page 248, which is the way 2 would, right? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. It comes up that way, but also the 48 comes up as the walking away and within, of 2 walking away and within, the 8 of Cups. So I opened right up to page 248, which is titled The Pleiades, which is referenced as Manahu, which is in the constellation of Taurus, which is in the North Node right now. And as I told you before, I came across someone's website where they show the dragon facing Orion, the dragon's point of his tail is the Pleiades in Taurus. Manahai, the daughters of the mother, and this is her referencing this in her book, where, get this, M45 is the young stellar cluster, 440. And what did we just get finished talking about? The 44, and she references 440, and then the capital T is in parentheses. 440, and then T in the parentheses, and M45. So the M45 for the Magdalene 45 and the old records, the young stellar cluster 440 of the grounding, integrating, and mastering, how to receive love, with the top, the capital T, the top dog, and the average light years from Terra there, came from the man system of K, 62. 62 is the 8 of Swords, of the prison or the release. That's up to you and your perspective. And K is energy. But K is also the shape of Taurus and Orion. Long ago from the Lyran zone, were the colonies of refugees carrying in giant arcs, 3 of the 4 original racial groups, Ahel, Nor, Noor, and then Taal. So she talked about terraforming technology, that 3 of the 10 planets were terraformed, but they populated 4 of them, so I guess 1 wasn't terraformed in terraformed technology. We surpass your technology level on a unit time scale of 3,000, and then T in the parentheses, years, and have figured out the access to antimatter dimensions, which we name DAL, D-A-L, the antiverse. The ancient man, and now official language of the Federation, the Galactic Federation of Worlds, used for common names, so a common language. So the next page after the first page was, all the lists of some words and their meaning in Pleiadian, or that generalized language that they used in the Galactic Federation of Worlds. The children of Source, Anuman, which equals Anunnaki and man hybrids. ATL, it means ancient. Ra means wise or wisdom. ORA, or aura, means hope. And LOHR means dark. SHAN equals planet. And again, this is all information that was given to Elena from Thorhan. I think it was from Thorhan. And then I here equals venerable, or the she god from the Pleiadians, Imana, I-M-A-N-A. And I usually spell it E-M-A-N-A, but that's what she has in her book as I. The Great Mother Source, which is funny because she's French, and usually you would say I in French would be E, that sound. So I love you to a male is A-Ma, M-A-A-L-U, A-Ma-Lu, and to a female is A-Ma-Li, L-I. And also she did reference in her book that not all Pleiadians are here to help you, right? There's good and bad in every race or breed that exists on, in the multiverse. So LOHR, Jeha, is the dark sister, or Alcyone, the trinary system, a main star of bright blue massive sun spinning extremely fast with circumferential disk of stellar matter, quite beautiful. There's 2 other worlds that orbit this, and 250 was coming up right here, which is again the 0 of source energy backing up the 25 of the quarter, or the Knight of Wands. So Tal, T-A-A-L, and Shiar, S-H-I-A-R, broke off with Ashtar and Altair collectives and some Orion malevolent groups involved in Terra Global and misdeeds here, and gave a world in Alcyon's system to a reptilian presence. 4 worlds of 10 planets were populated by Taygeta, which is also Ashara, which means the bright daughter of wisdom, the main star of system of 2. So it seemed like she was talking about a set of 10 planets and then a separate system of 2 planets together. But I'm not sure about that, but you can get her book if you want to read more about it. But Erahel also came up as a people that comes from the second planet Era, E-R-R-A, the shrine of knowledge. Turquoise blue, and she's describing how it is on that planet. Turquoise blue from space with 7 moons. They are not masters like us. We are not masters. We're just like you. We're just more advanced technologically, etc. So at 548, which is the Hierophant of change, freedom, and expansion, the 48 of the walking away within, the 47 of the synchronicities, or lots of choices or confusion, or the 4 to 7 sweet spot of the heart to the crown. Blessings and thanks of thanksgiving every day. 4 to 7 fire for strength of the sun. The 19 of the dragon, drag on, which is breathe in. The pyramid fire in the belly, right? The fire in the belly, the inspiration. The 35 of the wounded warrior, and the kundalini to release the need for nourishment. So if you're doing all this work, you need to be nourished properly. With synchronicities and the sun, the wounded warrior to release and create. With Mother Source in the void, the 48 of walking away within, in retreat, rest, and taking a pause. With the Om energy, or the void, which is the symbol of the 30, with the crown above it. So again, there's that energy of the arc of the third eye and the crown on top of it. And the 30 being the heart, is the home. With 0 source energy backing up the 3 keys, or the 3 of the rolling stone, which is the gift. If you put 3 MW E together, it becomes a gift, and then you put ash on top, it's a present. So I'm guided here to the Pleiadians, and usually I have like all of the different races. I've been to many systems, but even though I connect with the Pleiadians, it doesn't mean it's the number one area I connect with, which was interesting because I haven't been guided to the Pleiades much at all, where everyone else is always talking about the Pleiades. And this time I was guided to the Pleiades for my own reference. And the only time I really referenced the Pleiades is in my message I got multiple years ago about the angels as the twins meeting at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty to meet the Pleiadian ship at the top in the etheric altar there, which is an etheric altar of Atlantis. So they were bringing me in to learn more about them, which leads me to believe this is coming soon. At 552 is the Hierophant and the 52 of the Queen of Swords, the underlying energy of the 50, lots of fives there, of the 10 of Cups, the magical tree of life of the family, along with the vortex and the life bulb. Okay, the tree potent gate, the magical family tree, the 42 of the 2 of Cups, or the pod, and lighting up to blush, the 27 of the Ace of Wands, of being childlike, and then the 14 of that leap to the 4, with patience, with assurance that all seasons shall come and go. And the 4 mothers came up here at 555. So here's the 4 and the 5, where whenever you're feeling stable of the 4, you seek the 5 of the freedom. And when you're free, you seek the 4 of stability. Well, the 4 mothers are coming in here. Remember that the feminine in alchemy is the circle, the masculine is the triangle of change. She shapes things, he changes things. So here's the 4 mothers shaping things up, the 4 seasons. And then the 12 of the wisdom to expand to new lands. Leaps and double rainbows, hot air balloons, she and he in hand fasting, clearing each other. The 3 of celebrating differences of land and sea, and the 15 to catch your breath and hug a tree, your family to ground. The 39 of the Knight of Cups, in a clear endeavor to blanket you as his Russian queen, or 558, the Ice Princess, where I got a big connection right there. At 558, the Hierophant change, and the 58 of the 4 of Swords. The Ice Princess made of ivy, which was really funny because my daughter was making a costume to dress up as Poison Ivy. So the child doesn't fall far from the tree. The 24 of the Queen of Wands, the wild child, of Andromeda, and Pegasus, which can be pegged as us. Be your best self always, as I'm losing my voice, because there's drama there. Be your best self always, on land or at sea. Mother's shadow work is being love and raising a child, perhaps a pet too, with 2 cards here, the 25 of the Knight of Wands, and the 48 of walking away and within. The quarter, the final quarter, right, to take a break, to pause. The blue baby blows a kiss, and that's Pleiadian blue here. So you're getting a message from the blue baby from beyond, and that could be a child that you lost who's saying hello to you, and it can be the reference of the Pleiadians just reaching out to connect with you and blow you a kiss, to keep going, the inspiration to keep going. The Knight of Wands to set her free, with wild rainbow hair at the sea, with flocks and crowds, with hope and happiness, and a Pleiadian message to thee. At 7:13, which is the Chariot and the 13 of the Death card, the transition, and Ava was a Cancer baby. She was born July 19th this year, and her transition, her service is today, the beautiful little girl. The underlying energy of the 23 and Fortune's wheel of luck and right timing. The 45 of the repairing of the veil with forgiveness. The purging and weaving the pages back together, and corseting, which is so funny because part of Jenna's costume is a corset that she put ivy all over. The 16 of the Tower and the suddenness of the empty well. Sudden time to replenish, or suddenly hungry or thirsty. The Page of Wands purging and suddenly empty with a need to fulfill or fill back up. The 47 of the Heart to the Crown, the 7 of Cups of the Sky Bridge and the Heart Crown, and the possibility for union, the sudden opportunity for the sun to come out again. The 17 of the Dream and the Eye of the Needle, with focused intent to heal and dream. The 62 of the 8 of Swords, whether prison or release. The will-o'-the-wisp, the prison or release. Worthwhile, or is it a waste of time? The 4 of the Emperor with sudden synchronicities and dreams of release. For whispering bench at the urgent pillar, the opportunity to unwind, to unravel, the sine wave, the Emperor's new clothes. The 25 of the Knight of Wands in the Garden of Venus, for rest and renewal, where Sirius is the brightest star in a sudden event, and I'm also getting southeast. And the 38 of the Queen of Cups, and Spirit was just connecting me with the southeast, so I don't know what's going on with the bright star in the southeast, but we have the eclipses going on right now. The 38 of the Queen of Cups with the many masks, knowing. This is the many masks of the Queen of Cups, so again, the multitasker kind of energy of her gifts within. This can be somebody realizing their gifts when they realize that somebody's pregnant or they're pregnant without really knowing. They know. They just know. Michael and Michael Jackson came up today as well, which is also my nephew's name. The Knight of Wands and Queen of Cups came up, and Atlas and Lost in Space needing direction. Michael came up when I went to say my son's name, Matthew. So Michael coming up, and people have referenced Archangel Michael with Jesus as well as the son, so that could be coming up as well. And then 2 cards with the 12 of the Hanging Man, the 11 of Justice, Pisces hoarding, and Libra meditating here. And 25 plus 38 equals 63, which is the suffering in silence, or is it just hiding, like hibernating in the winter? It's always up to you. At 7:34, so again referencing the 7 of the Chariot and Cancer, the 3-4 of 347, which is the energetic exchange, the arrows of love, lots of back and forth communication or travel. The energy of protecting the future through meditation and stillness. The 12 and the 11 of the Hangman and Justice, the 33 they add up to, of Christ on the cross. The copper patina and the indigo in the deep quiet, so that color of blue-green, of copper, and the indigo deep quiet coming in here, the deep blue. So the crowning copper and the deep quiet of the indigo blue, very dark blue, and Puff the Magic Dragon coming out of hiding here. And that can even reference someone who disappeared, right, who ghosted, shows up, or Puff the Magic Dragon, someone who smokes, right, coming out of hiding about something they've been hiding. So 738 is the Chariot and the 38 of the Queen of Cups, where the first column here is the high vibe leap from the underground to the sky, the transition of bird, and then hugging the tree to catch their breath in the Garden of Venus. Keeping it quiet and then letting it out to catch their breath from the Knight of Wands and then rest. And I was getting to, someone's been keeping it quiet about a pregnancy, and it's 1:34 on the clock now. Again, the leap to 34, 3-4, from the solar plexus to the heart, and then the heart back to the solar plexus connection here, the love and light. So to catch your breath from the Knight of Wands to rest. The second pile here was the beauty rest of the 4 of Swords, or the 4D bridge via the 33 of the Christ vibration, the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, with an invitation to meet there. The third column here is the 28 of the Sacred Convergence, the dance to lead on the stairway to heaven, as I'm losing my voice a bit here. The Sacred Convergence dance to lead on the stairway to heaven with flame in hand. The 24 of the Queen of Wands, Omega, or Om-Ega, the feminine ego, Andromeda, and Pegasus, or pegged as us, or P, gaseous, mapping out space and needing direction. Someone is worried about speaking. This could be someone nervous. I'm going to a funeral today. Often people are very nervous getting up in front of other people to talk, so I may be picking up the nervousness of people, as well as just people being uncomfortable going to funerals, never knowing what to say. The twin flame dance of the 3,000 suns for the twins, of Atlas, a bit spaced out here. The 4th is the old man home in the void, of Hercules, or her harvest, walking away and within to free themselves for justice in the deep quiet within of the meditation. She is the moon of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, the 21 of the 2 and the 1, and the 12, which we started this video on, 1221. 21 and 12 of the Vesica Pisces and the Hanging Man, seeing the new perspective of opening a book with blue baby Knight of Wands to keep your dreams alive, while the dragons hoarding to protect their future. Pisces, Capricorn, Sag, and Libra hanging out or coming up right there as well. All right, so there's your first read, and now we have the 7-deck read on the table. So here's the 7-deck read. Okay, and then here is the full read that you see on the table, top down, so you can see all of it. And yeah, let's get back to that read. So this read was done at 5:10. The SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 5:10 on the 27th, going into the energies for this weekend. The 5:10 is the Hierophant and the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, that high vibe. And then 5:44 was when I finished clarifying. The 44, of course, being that 4 of Cups card of boredom and apathy, or grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love. Time to ground and integrate. The major arcana in this read were Guidance, which is the Hierophant, Abundance, which is the Empress. So there's 2 Taurus cards right there of the North Node. We have the Chariot, Alchemy, which is the Magician, Transition. I'm sorry, Alchemy is not the Magician. Alchemy is the Temperance card. The Indigo card in this deck is the Magician. So here is the Temperance card, then Transition of the Death card, and then Karma, which is the Wake-Up Call. The underlying energies had Strength and Justice there. And the numbers in the read, we had 555, so lots of change here, and conflict. That can be group stuff going on too, you know, right? The chaos that happens because of that. And then the 44 and 1010 were most significant, other than the 555. So the 44, again, we talked about all through the read. The 44 is the 4 of Cups, and also the Hercules energy, like the Atlas of the feminine, the social worker, as opposed to the weightlifter. The 1010 of that high vibe energy to keep that high vibe high, and the 45 of the old 45s letting go of that stuff, which is the purging. By purging, letting things go. We also have the 510, which is the 0 backing up the King of Swords. We have the 57 of the 3 of Swords and healing. And then 7, 8, 9, 10 begin again. And then the 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, Heaven on Earth. The 89 of the Phi energy of remembering to reflect, as opposed to going to the extremes of exploding or imploding. Stay in the middle and reflect instead. Walk away if you need to. The code line here is all about creativity, and the number 5, change, freedom, and expansion, and the Hierophant. And the code line here started with the F, which is the digamma, but it's also the energy of 5 for me, which is the reflection. The 2 gamma ray, or the twin flame reflection. The 2 rays expanding and contracting or reflecting the middle to clear the 5 or any chaos that comes up, or change in the abundance tree. The twin flames reflecting the wise one or the queen. The Hierophant and abundance, which is the Taurus or a Taurus Empress here, with the trill in energetic exchange, or the touchstone or the touch tone of energetic exchange and creativity here, and the name Sharon was also coming up with stone. The digamma, or the 2-ray reflection and connection, the Hierophant or Taurus, abundant family, and again the Taurus is in North Node, or you may be dealing with a Taurus energy. And again, my nephew's a Taurus, Michael, so there's very much focusing on their family and Ava as well. The change of abundance, and Brittany as well as Ava's mommy. So the change of abundance season, a time to be respectful, an energetic exchange of creativity, and the translating of the energetic exchange and being creative. At 650, which is the Lovers and the 50 of the 10 of Cups, the energy of the Guidance reversed, which is the Hierophant reversed, and beneath that the Strength card upright with the Emperor upright, the Ring of Fire of the Eclipse, and the destabilizing to release for justice of the Queen of Swords reversed, in need of guidance, or spiritually outside the box, or in a divorce, or breaking contract, or breaking away from a religion establishment, or moving, visiting, or mourning, or homecoming. The Hermit reversed, Taurus reversed, so you have Virgo and Taurus right there, divorcing or over-isolating, perhaps not returning messages, or losing their mind, lying or spying, and or really immature communication there, or just no message at all. With the Ten of Cups upright family on a quest for separation or procedure or game was rained out, with Leo, Libra, and upright and Taurus reversed, with the Queen of Swords reversed, the Empress the Emperor's upright, coming up with a strong burst or push to move, to end anxiety or release oneself from a prison or internal prison, anxiety or release. With Justice or Libra, Queen of Swords reversed, in need of guidance, or with Taurus in their chart. At 7:02, again, space between the Chariot and the Divine Feminine High Priestess, or the 2, and it's 1:41 on the clock, which is the 1 and the 1 around the 4 again. Remember, 1 is 2 dots, and 2 dots with the 4 in the middle. The Queen of Swords reversed, in a divorce with the Hermit reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed in happy ending, as the Page of Swords reversed is on a quest or fighting for separation. Or guidance didn't work for the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, which can be sisters, mother and child, or friends, whoever that is, in energetic exchange with the King of Wands upright, with the Page of Wands upright. And this looks like a mother and a child, and a father and a child. Destined to roll with the Queen of Cups reversed in a divorce, or be more outside the box, or the Queen of Cups reversed can be detached emotionally or too emotional, or that could be someone who's depressed or someone who's just sad. I'm going to a funeral today, it can be that energy as well. And the energy of codependency, like alcoholism, for the Cups cards, being over emotional. So the Queen of Cups reversed with Taurus in their chart, perhaps uncomfortable with the Devil or codependency, or Capricorn, King of Pentacles upright with the Page of Pentacles reversed. The Magician is upright here, standing up to the wounded warrior, on guard, or perhaps this is someone in guarded condition. The Seven of Wands upright, standing up to the upside down world, with the Divine Feminine in 5D, or Pisces reversed, needing guidance, or Libra upright, Taurus reversed, in a divorce of the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, perhaps siblings or mother and child, or creating a bridge, going to class, or needing a guidance coach or a group of sports to heal disappointment with the Ten of Cups family. With the King of Wands and the Page of Wands upright, or the King of Wands is just excited, destined to the Queen of Cups reversed with Taurus in their chart, or one stuck in class or uncomfortable with perhaps an addiction or wound or codependency, or Capricorn, King of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles reversed, or in need of help, money, or opportunity, with Magician or Gemini or Virgo upright, manifesting big, but the wounded warrior doesn't trust them or is stuck in their own wounding, defending their position to an upside down world, or the Divine Feminine in 5D, or Pisces reversed, Taurus. I'm getting twists and turns as well. Or, again, Divine Feminine 5D, or Pisces reversed, Taurus, or in need of some kind of guidance here. Or back to school night with the Queen of Cups reversed, not pleased, and that can be a teacher who's unhappy with a student. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, work, but uncomfortable dealing with their father or the King of Pentacles. With Capricorn and Virgo energies here. And this can be also two people who are divorced, having trouble dealing with child issues where they need to come together. Peter Pan hiding behind the blackboard, or always in the corner, little Jack Horner, or could be a Hispanic man spying on a female here, or a neighbor looking over the fence, or disagreement over the property line. And that's weird too, because that came up in the show Watchers yesterday. Or weeds are out of control, or peepers while the female is in the backyard or in the pool. There could be someone here who likes to go out in the pool naked as well, and they need to know that someone's spying on them. or could be a fire sign spying on Pisces reversed or the divine feminine 5D. Perhaps a female sunbathes in the nude or sleeps that way. Look under for feet. So like looking in the bathroom, look under to see if there's feet there. At 728, which is the Chariot and the Twin Flames, or choice of path. The Magician's upright, not showing their hand. The Knight of Cups is offering love or planning their move. Or the Magician's trying to manifest them coming to him as opposed to having to do the work to go to them. Or Gemini upright and Virgo upright receiving a friendly offer and driving over to implement a plan or to clear the yard. Perhaps Gemini or Virgo upright and Cancer upright to invest in a trip together, or got the royal treatment and feels brand new now. Or paying for a pet to receive some loving, or the beauty salon, or for bath and nails at 732. Two Sphinxes, black and white, the Chariot and the Journey of heart to heart, and the children as well beneath there. Uncomfortable doing the avoid dance, in need of sunshine, lover, vacation, and the King of Swords upright, or the King of Swords upright has Leo in their chart, and or Aries reversed, perhaps a Cancer upright, or the King of Swords upright getting serviced by Snake, tripping them up on a double date, or fifth wheel, or someone trying to off someone up the mountains, or say they tripped and fell, or the King of Swords is just dreaming of getting rid of someone but not actually planning to do anything about it, so that they can find their pearl. Could be an ex or partner who holds their secrets over them. At 743, completion, which again is my son's number, 43-7, which is his birthday today. So completion comes up, and beneath that self-discipline, with the energy of being unfair, unbalanced, or the inequity of physically sleeping with the enemy, or 5D connection and struggling to escape the chains or manipulations with no tools, or insecurities, or in fear with need for security, or somebody wants alarms put on their house or something like that. The truth of the Page of Wands, inspired at work or school, trapped by the High Priestess reversed, not using their intuition, or this can be the prisoner of love or secret passion for the truth. The wake-up call to make calls or an announcement, to sing or dance, or trying to escape their handler, little feet, or pointed toes, or one who feels imprisoned by ballet or doing what they're told, or their wake-up call to use their intuition at 753, the Knight of Swords with the Chariot, and the clarion call to commit to the divine feminine 5D, or Pisces reversed, to implement a plan or invest, or get them to invest in a trip or a date with others, to come full circle, always nearing the end, announcing a divorce, or Taurus reversed, Pisces reversed, investing time, money, or energy at night or in Cancer, or a date for Thanksgiving, investing in romance, the real thing, at 806, the dance of the lovers with space between. And a breath. The recent past here is the Chariot upright, boldly moving forward, heeding the call, after tired of falling for dependents who don't work, or powerless to them overworking. But suddenly the Tower is upright here and receiving an offer from the Emperor, not paying much attention to it, to release anxiety with another offer from work or school, church or hospital, or anywhere where you co-create. The Emperor may have one option, maybe offering one option, but the Three of Pentacles workplace or place of co-creation is another option coming in. It looks like the Emperor's option is bigger, but the other option's coming from a group, so there may be more power behind it or something else, but it's not as good an offer. Or recently got a call and lacking faith, or dark and fell, or spending too much and needing to start working. The Four of Cups reversed, starting over, present with the truth to give, even if it takes the peace away from the Ten of Pentacles reversed, or the truth about the lack of peace of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, or legacy. The patient angel soul tie, the twin flame or child, or Sagittarius angel going to offer love, and then a big proposal of energetic exchange, or the arrows of love, the central energy of the Five of Wands upright, and the waves of flames, after the Emperor or control offered to the past and failed to release or failure to launch. When a second offer came in about working together or with a group challenged by the Empress reversed, the loss of a mother or child, or sick, or being difficult. This could be a mother who's sick or injured, or just being very difficult. It could be a very mean person as well. The Empress reversed to work with the King of Pentacles upright, not seeing eye to eye or at a distance. And again, this is like, this can come up later in the read too, as the Empress and the Emperor competing for something, right? And someone's outbidding the other, or someone may be undercutting the other as well to get them to take it. The Queen of Pentacles upright, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Page of Wands upright all together here. Just the Queen of Wands is reversed, everybody else is upright. Or two families mediation with the King of Swords in the middle, or the mediator, and the Queen of Wands reversed being difficult. Or the Page of Wands upright with third party in a divorce. Or the Page of Wands with friends who are bad influences. Or alternative to the family's belief system, or in a divorce up nights, or a break from a family, religion, or establishment, trying to move on or work somewhere else. Perhaps this is the grandparents with grown kids and coming together for a meeting about their wishes, their trust, or perhaps a funeral or some other kind of family gathering at 8:25, which is the dance of the Knight of Wands. Cancer upright, challenged by Taurus reversed, or 2. Now, after group or family discussion, is the Alchemy upright, the Alchemist, the lover in a bold move at a distance. From the Queen of Pentacles upright and downturn, perhaps with Libra in their chart or a twist of fate, when an announcement is made at 8:28, the dance of the twin flames, about synchronicities and options in heaven on earth, and starting over and breaking up, with the Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed, who may be clinging at night, or to romance with High Priestess, working really hard, or the High Priestess advisor to Atlas, Saggy, with Aquarius and Gemini upright, or twin, Cancer upright after the Knight of Swords reversed, guidance, and Sagittarius with the Queen of Swords reversed, with Scorpio reversed, Cancer and Pisces upright here, burdened by a patient Queen of Pentacles, or her being patient, or Sagittarius Queen of Pentacles, or Saggy and Queen of Pentacles. So soon as the transition reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed in need of help or unstable home, or with a move or visit or pet, going to the vet or grooming, or the Page of Pentacles reversed is moving in or out, with the Empress reversed depressed, before or after death or near-death experience, or just dead tired, juggling or performing to get over a loss, regret, or the world upside down, the Divine Feminine in 5D, or Pisces reversed, despite justice. With Scorpio and Taurus and Aquarius all reversed here, or lovers kept apart, with Pisces reversed, Libra and Capricorn upright, or post-war temptation, or failure and needy for attention, or under the radar Fool reversed, falling from grace in a sudden fight or explosion where all hell broke loose, or at a sporting event. With Aries reversed and Scorpio upright, where the twin flames are seeing themselves as the Queen of Pentacles upright, rising above, with the Page of Cups upright, a message of love, or coming out about it in an awakening at 8:40, the dance of the Page of Cups, the 0 energy of Source supporting the 4 of the survival. I was just getting survival of the fittest. The 4 of Pentacles upright, destined to hold on and come clean about dumping a load, or about being pushed to the limit, triggered or sweating it out, to awaken to or as the King of Cups reversed over the Page of Cups, or unable to sleep with the King of Cups reversed hanging over the Page of Cups' head, or ill father or alcoholic, or over emotional or manipulative father here. The Page of Cups is being Scroogey, destined in high vibe or cleaning up their act. They're pumping the wheel to get it to turn, like revving up the toy cars and pumping it to go, or awakening the King of Cups reversed, or Libra upright, and Pisces or Capricorn reversed, or Scorpio reversed, at 8:47, the dance of the 4 to 7, the heart to the crown, in the past life relationship, and let go of control issues here. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Five of Swords reversed, the post-war or post-virus with news or decision made about inequity and recovering from that, the clarity of the inequity, and the callback or called back from an exiled position. So maybe you were fired or laid off and being called back. Perhaps uncomfortable not leaving in an unfair situation and yet satisfied with themselves, getting their wish or getting their way in the end. The block here is karma or Aquarius or justice ending war, which can be Libra as well, with the devil or temptation or Capricorn. The world upside down or divine feminine in 5D or Pisces reversed with Libra in a wake-up call with the devil or sudden temptation or sexual exchange or a fight, or heartbreak hotel with the Queen of Cups reversed, or Scorpio separation or explosion with the Page of Swords reversed, not answering, or blissful pet, or Leo, now that the worst is over, staying up or standing up to the wounded warrior who's being very guarded. At 8:56, Aquarius here may also be freaking out. This could be somebody with Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio in their chart, and all three are reversed and they flip out. But Page of Swords reversed could be bad news, negative message, or a child acting up, mouthing off or lying, spying, or spreading rumors, or the silent treatment. Under the radar, fell from grace, or fell on their face. In birthing or battling a sudden event, or in sports injuries, or unnatural explosion or sudden exchange, in separation or with disappointment of the Queen of Cups reversed, snapping after the Knight of Pentacles upright offered to help or was looking for work. With Leo, Scorpio upright, Sag upright, and Aries reversed, or Aries is getting triggered and losing their religion, with Pisces reversed and Libra and Capricorn upright too. Angels in the outfield with Saggy or the Alchemist with bad news, or not telling, or lying in the Stairway to Heaven may be great for the flyer, but maybe not so much for the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, who get to recover from the footing of the bill, or the Queen of Cups reversed in their recovery and had to pay for it, or their spending habits. The Queen of Cups reversed is most likely Pisces upright or Scorpio upright, or Emperor upright had made an offer to Scorpio, but challenged by the Empress reversed, undercutting him, or under the radar released another offer without telling him. The Emperor in conflict with the Empress reversed, undermining his authority or screwing him on purpose, or now competing business with him. Or female Pisces or Scorpio losing control of their spending habits here, being strong on the way to the top emotionally, but losing financially. Calling all chariots to check in for guidance, as waves of flames are alchemizing, getting ready to transition the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Swords reversed, ending a karmic war, or Scorpio reversed and Aquarius upright, with the Page of Swords reversed, or patient messages unanswered, or bad news, taking steps to find emotional happiness, with family powerless to the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, community, or legacy, spending or loss. As the Hermit, Queen of Cups reversed, comes out of the Mary Magdalene cave to grieve a loss at 9:18. So two, which is the Hermit and the Moon. The Two of Wands or twin flames, and the Page of Wands upright not sharing with the Page of Pentacles reversed X, or in a breakup or lack of affections, but the Page of Cups has their heart open wide to tango with flame in hand and rise above the drama in the awakening, with the King of Wands upright shaman, with the sun at his back, perhaps Capricorn rising, or Leo or Pisces rising as well. In a divorce, a break, or anti-establishment or religion, the Queen of Swords reversed starting over with the Queen of Pentacles upright, post-war or virus, traveling through the chaos, the group, the heat, or the traffic, and challenged by the Empress reversed after a death, near death, dead tired, or just freaking out or clingy, as karma of the wake-up call to the Alchemist of the Page of Swords reversed, needing to beam Universal Mercury, or B, needing to be the universal Mercury and take the circular steps to the top of the pyramid. Remember, pyramid is the fire in the belly in Niagara Falls. Powerless to the Ten of Pentacles reversed or the power of loss, or going over Niagara in a barrel. It's no barrel of monkeys when recovering with the Queen of Cups reversed coming out at the top. At 9:26, the Hermit, and the 26 of the Page of Wands. Climbing up to the Mary Magdalene cave at 9:27, the Hermit and the Ace of Wands, is no easy accomplishment after throwing her off the cliff in the Hall of Records. So again, past life karma coming up here. With Libra and Libra's upright, Taurus reversed, surrounding the Queen of Swords reversed in travels on the Clarion Call. Ground control, Earth to Major Tom. They're letting go of control now, so you're in for a major awakening, and this is no tomfoolery here. Starting over in hot pursuit of alchemy, challenged by the Empress reversed, or lack of abundance, or the Emperor outbid the Empress reversed, the patient Queen of Pentacles needing to transition post-war or virus in a call to end karma with the Page of Swords reversed, or really immature energy or communication, resisting the stairway to heaven, to shine their light, while the Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, both reversed here, are paying for the Hermit to come out as or with the Queen of Cups reversed to complete the cycle. The Page of Cups is happy to help Leo or Sag to start up, or a fiery feminine, perhaps Queen of Pentacles, to awaken the King of Wands to his inner shaman at 9:33 here. The Hermit and the Christ energy or unity consciousness. So I'm just going to pull you an energy card because I do have to go. So what is our takeaway from all of this here? And I'm looking at Elena's book. It's Alien Races. And that EN for me is, the lowercase en is Jesus for me. And it's like ally, Jesus, races. And a gift from the stars. And the picture on her cover is that plus sign star, you know, that nova type of energy. And there's a spaceship there too. But all spaceship also reminds me of the two roofs coming together, two families coming together. Oh, that came right out. The door to value. So when opening a new door, make sure you know what you value, what's important to you. Right? Don't open the door until you're sure about what's important to you. Let's see where that came out. That's the underlying energy, is the journey. Right? Their bags are packed, they're ready to go. They're in the middle of the bridge. And it's the two, the Divine Feminine High Priestess, or the two, both of them. And we also have the Sun here. Time for exposure, for vacation, for children, or for the Sun, the door, figuring out what's most important to you, and then exposing that, making it clear, taking off the mask to make sure everyone else understands what's most important to you. Okay? You can't expect them to read your mind, for example. You need to make sure you are clear, short and concise, and again, in the journey, in the middle of the bridge, to mediate or come together with others. Underneath that is the 39 of the Knight of Cups. And there's the trumpeters and the throat chakra and the wake-up call. Archangel Gabriel here. And Gabriel's been coming up all week. The Knight of Cups coming in, making sure that Divine Feminine here knows what they want as the Knight of Cups comes in to profess their love, right? Whether that's your twin, whether it's a child, whether it's whoever it is that's coming in for you. So yeah, make sure you drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, joy in nature, rise and be loved, love and rise. Have an amazing day, you guys. It's in their eyes.